Have you ever stopped and wondered, who is really watching you? Most of us move through life as if we are actors in a stage play. We think people are watching our every move, judging our mistakes, whispering about our failures. Sometimes we imagine that if we fall, someone will run to lift us. If we cry, someone will notice. If we hesitate, someone will guide us. This belief feels comforting. It makes the world seem less lonely. It gives us the illusion that we are deeply supported. But one day something changes. Maybe it comes after a disappointment, a silent phone, a birthday message that never arrives, a crisis no one seems to notice. You look around and slowly realize something painful. No one is coming to rescue you. People are busy. They are fighting battles you cannot see. They are trying to survive their own storms, and suddenly a strange freedom begins to grow inside you. Before we continue, please take a moment to like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe, because tomorrow's story is one you won't want to miss. The day you realize no one truly cares about you the way you thought they did is the day you set yourself free. You stop worrying. You stop performing. You stop making yourself smaller just to be accepted. You understand, perhaps for the first time, that your life belongs to you. And that truth, though painful at first, becomes the beginning of strength. The illusion of the audience. From childhood, we are trained to believe that people are watching. We are told, "What will people say?" We are warned not to embarrass the family. We are reminded to behave because others are looking. Slowly, without knowing it, we build an invisible stage around ourselves. We become actors in our own lives. Psychology calls this the spotlight effect. It is the belief that others notice us far more than they actually do. In truth, most people are thinking about themselves. They are replaying their own mistakes. They are worried about how they look, what they said, and what others think of them. Everyone is under their own spotlight. Yet we live as if we are being judged every minute. We delay starting a business because we fear laughter. We hold back from posting our work because we fear criticism. We silence our opinions because we fear rejection. But here's the quiet truth. Most people aren't thinking about you as much as you fear. They're too busy trying to survive their own lives. This realization can be painful, because if no one is watching, then no one is cheering either. If no one cares deeply, you may feel alone in your struggle. That thought can feel cold, but it's honest. Think about a moment when you felt deeply embarrassed. You replayed it in your mind for days. Every word, every expression, every second. It felt unforgettable. But pause and ask yourself, how many embarrassing moments of other people can you clearly remember? Probably very few. That's the truth of it. What feels permanent to you is often temporary to everyone else. People forget, they move on, and life keeps going. The fear of judgment is often greater than the judgment itself. And once you understand this, something begins to loosen inside you. The chains of imagined eyes begin to fall away. You begin to see that your prison was built by your own mind. And if you built it, you can walk out of it. The myth of rescue. Many people secretly believe that someone will come and save them. It may not be spoken aloud, but it lives inside. A hope that a friend will notice your sadness. A belief that family will step in when life becomes heavy. A fantasy that success will arrive through luck, connection, or miracle. But look closely at life. Everyone is fighting something. The friend you expect to call you may be battling silent depression. The relative you think should help you may be drowning in debt. The colleague you admire may be hiding fear of failure. People care, but only within the limits of their own strength. And most people are barely strong enough for themselves. When you are in a difficult situation and no one comes, it feels like betrayal. You ask, why didn't they help me? The answer is not always cruelty. Often it is exhaustion. Human beings are limited. We carry invisible demons: fear, insecurity, trauma, shame. These demons consume energy. That is why people cannot always show up for you the way you expect. This truth is not meant to make you bitter. It is meant to make you realistic. Waiting for rescue keeps you passive. It keeps you small. It keeps you dependent on approval. But the moment you understand that no one is coming, you awaken. You stop waiting. You begin acting. You realize that your ambition does not need permission. Your dreams do not need applause. Your growth does not require validation. There is a deep psychological shift that happens here. It is the shift from external control to internal control. Instead of asking, "Who will help me?" you ask, "What can I do?" Instead of asking, "What will they say?" you ask, "What do I want?" This is the birth of responsibility. And responsibility, though heavy, is power. The freedom of being unseen. When you finally accept that nobody is watching, your mind opens. You feel lighter. You start to experiment. You try new ideas. You speak more honestly. You take risks. Not because you are fearless, but because you understand that the world is not as focused on you as you imagined. The fear of embarrassment begins to lose its power. You want to start a business? Start small. No one is watching your every move. You want to change careers? Do it. Most people are too busy with their own life to monitor yours. You want to dress differently, speak differently, live differently? Try it. The world will not pause to judge you for long. The mind often exaggerates its importance in other people's lives. This is ego, not in a proud or arrogant way, but in the belief that we are central to everyone else's story. The truth is, we're not. In most people's lives, we are side characters. And that is not an insult, it is liberation. Because if you are not the center of their world, you are free to be the center of your own. Imagine running a race while constantly looking at the crowd. You would stumble. You would slow down. But if you focus only on your lane, you move faster. Life is like that race. When you stop wondering who is watching, you conserve energy. That energy can now be used for growth. There's also peace in understanding that opinions fade. Even criticism fades. People forget your mistakes faster than you think. The truth is simple and almost shocking. Nobody cares as much as you fear they do. And because of that, you are free, becoming your own witness. If no one is watching, then who sees your effort? You do. If no one applauds your discipline, who knows the sacrifices you make? You do. This is where maturity begins. When you stop seeking constant external validation and begin building internal respect. Becoming the best version of yourself isn't about impressing others. It's about looking in the mirror and feeling honest pride. It's about knowing you tried, that you took action, that you didn't hide behind fear. When you accept that your life is yours alone, you stop performing. You start living. You wake up earlier because you want growth, not because someone is checking. You work harder because your future depends on it, not because someone is praising you. You pursue your ambition because it burns inside you, not because it looks good online. There's a quiet strength in self-driven action. It builds confidence slowly, and that confidence does not depend on likes, comments, or approval. Some people will misunderstand you, some will doubt you, but most will simply move on with their own lives, and that is okay. The race of life is personal. Everyone is running toward their own definition of survival, success, or peace. When you finally see this clearly, you stop comparing, you stop explaining, you stop worrying, you begin to act, you begin to build, you begin to live. The idea that nobody cares sounds harsh at first, but look deeper. It does not mean you are worthless. It means people are human, limited, distracted, focused on themselves, and so are you. The difference is that once you understand this, you stop wasting energy trying to control how you appear in other people's minds. You understand that their minds are already full. Instead, you focus on your own mind. You feed it discipline. You train it with action. You protect it from unnecessary fear. Wrapping up, it's important to understand that the world does not pause for you. Your pain does not stop traffic. Your fears do not freeze time. People will continue living, laughing, and struggling with their own battles. And in that realization, you come to understand that no one is coming to rescue you. The pressure you feel, the fear of embarrassment, the anxiety about what others will say, much of it exists only in your head. People forget your mistakes faster than you think. They are not studying your every move. They are surviving themselves. And this is where freedom begins. When you accept that no invisible audience is watching your life, you stop performing. You stop shrinking. You stop waiting for permission. You begin acting for yourself. You start the dream. You take the risk. You move forward without applause. This truth is not cruel. It is liberating. You are never being ignored. You are being released. Released from pressure. Released from comparison. Released from fear. Don't just read and move on. Reflect, decide, act. Let this be the moment you stop worrying and start living, not for approval but for yourself. Please like and subscribe for more stories.